let's take a quick look at the ways of rotary motion. The first movement is continuous circular movement, clockwise and counterclockwise, forward and reverse, or backward. And these things happens in harmony between the speed and torque in this device. And basically every file system set it for us rotational motion. Now that we are talking about the rotary device, let's know what are the important movement in the rotary. This is example for rotational motion example, like rotating blades of helicopter, earth rotating on its own axis. Okay. Rotational motion, your hand motion should be up and down, brush and flow. That helped me, and you are as a beginner, this movement is safe for your work. When we use this device, hand motion should be up and down and brush and follow. Why I advise you to rotational motion as a beginners, because it's easier, it make less apical pressure and less dentinal debris accumulation. Let's look like at the forward. Okay, you see up, down, and brush and flow, less apical pressure, less dentinal debris accumulation. Let's see this video about rotational, and the rotational forward and backward when to come together will be reciprocation. We will talk about reciprocation after that. So you see rotational and or reverse, which will be, this is the motion forward and backward. But when the two of motion forward and backward together will be reciprocation motion. Here we are, reciprocation motion. Okay, the second motion is semicircular discontinuous motion that will be through the existing torque only. Its movement in the direction at the clockwise and counterclockwise, which is other. The movement here is similar to the movement of a 𝗧. You know the 𝗧, the movement is like a 𝗧, forward and backward together. Okay. The second step is coating canals, which also, let's go out and come back to see my slides. Okay. Here we are, scouting canals, which also have many steps. Let's go to know them. Okay, let's go to know the steps of canal scouting. Okay, and the first step of canal scouting is you should use stainless steel hand file, because they have the required rigidity and elasticity. The second step in the size 10 or 15, also stainless steel hand file. I prefer 10 also to achieve patency. The third step in your hand motion should be watch winding motion as a pendulum. You know pendulum, an old clock pendulum, like this. In this picture you see we have here 4 steps. Most not form the start cover the full length of the canal. In the if the file is stuck, you should insert the files at intervals 2-3 mils, 2-3 mils, and like that. The fifth step is determine, or you should determine, the length of the canal. Sixth step, you should use lubricant and chelation. Here we have a last point, and the Canalis coating. You should file to get tactile sensation, like blind person using their kinds. Okay, let's go out and come back to see the slide. I'm sorry. Okay, here we have file length, tactile sensation. Like we took a blind person using their kinds. The shorter the kinds, the better the sensation. So if you use file holder, you will not get tactile sensation. You know, this holder, if you use it, you will not get tactile sensation. So here we have something very important. It's coronal modification. You know, coronal modification, previously we used to prepare coronal parts using 𝗧𝗶𝗽𝗀 You know, 𝗧𝗶𝗽𝗀 which may cause many complications, one of which is ledge formation. So here we have in rotary system, we have the first file called SX or Orifice Opener, and it's used to prepare the coronal and helps in removing extradentinal walls access cavity. We will see here the danger zone, coronal modified. This is Orifice Opener file. Will take it and make it very good access for us. Okay, but we should be very careful by moving it toward to safe zone to avoid the bifurcation perforation. So why did we say in this step is very important and sensitive? Because it's better to insert the file in straight way. You see like this. When we talk in 23 milli, like we see in this picture, we have before we will do the coronal pre-flaring and reflared, and after or concluded, we will take a much easier for me and get the root for me. So let's say we use super files below third generation, which follow its proper system or prototype system. It's high flexibility. Okay, here we are. Unflared, prepared, okay, and concluded. You see this? This is a very important to know it. This we will talk it's an unflared and pre-flared and concluded. It's make for easier and in straight canals. So here we are as we talk prototype or super files blue third generation. It's high flexibility and coronal memory and safe tip. It's very nice for me if I work with it. So what will operation process will be? First use 10 and 15 stainless steel hand file, then use opening file or SX file to flare the coronal part. After that, use shaping rotary files 10 and 15 to shape canals. Finally, use finishing files to achieve the desired size. I mostly reach finisher 2, like you see, taper 4, then start with obturation the canal. Here we are the glide path. What is the glide path? Can you tell me? Yes. Is that what we do to prepare a path to insert the file easily in the canals? DINCO provides D-shaper files with glide path file that is make the rotary or the endodontic treatment more easier. So which is a combination between the strength and the flexibility. So what will operation process will be like? 10 and 50 stainless steel hand file in the first, like we talk in canals coating. Then you use opening file to flare the coronal part. After that, we use bath file to achieve glide path. Finally, use finishing files to achieve the desired size. Okay, finally I use in like we see in S2 table 4. It's enough for me to get a good obturation for the canals. Then start with the obturating the canals. So for here, in the next lecture, we will determine working length, continue the steps of cleaning and shaving, irrigation protocol and techniques, obturation, root canal. For here, okay, thank you.